Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage. I am sitting in the 2CV. It's finally done. It's actually getting picked up today or tomorrow. I just want to take it for a drive just to show you how it drives and also to show you the final result. The new headlights are fitted. I think the result is pretty fine. This is not a perfect restored 2CV, but it's a very usable and very nicely looking 2CV, and I'm pretty sure that the new owner is going to enjoy it. As mentioned, it's going to be picked up very soon, and I just picked the car up from the storage to drive it here. It started up just fine. It drove fine through first gear, fine through second gear. Then the third gear, it just started to backfire through the car with a loud bang every time I accelerated hard. I could drive it all right using only one butterfly on the carburetor. It's a 2 butterfly system. But as soon as I gave it more throttle than that, it would just pop and bang, and I got quite scared because it could be picked up in a minute now. It's a company that picks it up and drives it to Copenhagen. So the fact that it wasn't really driving very well was pretty scary, and I started to just frantically hunt down the issue. It felt like either a timing issue or a very, very wrong mixture issue. It just felt like it's, for some reason, didn't really fire. So my first thought was maybe something in the carburetor for the secondary butterfly. I checked that, cleaned everything was perfect. Then I rechecked the timing. I have installed an electronic ignition on this one. That was fine as well. Anyway, in the end I thought I'm gonna take out the spark plugs just to make sure that everything is perfect down there. And this is what I found down there. And that's not surprising because this is a spark plug. Remember, I did not rebuild this engine, and I actually didn't do a lot of stuff on this car. I have just put everything back together. It was an almost completely restored car, and this spark plug looks kind of new, but also it's a bit dirty up here. But this is the issue. This spark plug was the issue, and I have never experienced this error before because, can you see the electrode down there? I'm going to try to show you the gap, the spark plug gap right there. It's not the perfect light settings for this, but it's disappearing. Ah, you can see it now. Now it's back there. The entire inside of the spark plug is loose. You can maybe hear. But it was still running quite nicely as long as I wasn't giving it full throttle. It was actually firing on this spark. It was not just running on one cylinder. But finding this was quite difficult, especially being a little bit pressured on time. But I managed to find this, and now it's running just fine. And let's take it for a drive. So let's go. I hope the wind noise is not going to be too much with the windows open. It is a bit hot outside. And you might notice this piece of paper on the windscreen. I left that in place because it's a pretty funny part of the story for this car, because this car was left on the street, I think 11 years ago. And this note is from the police saying that if this car is not removed within a couple of days, 24 hours maybe, it would be towed away and impounded. Because the previous owner of this car apparently didn't want it anymore and just left it. Luckily it was saved, but this one is still on there, and I'm not going to be the one to take that off because I think it's a lot of fun. It will of course deteriorate over time when it gets wet and so on. I think it's part of the story for this car. To those of you who have been following this project, this I found half a year ago, maybe a bit more, maybe even a year ago. I bought it and I was just planning to fix it up, finish it up, and drive it for a bit and then probably sell it. But in the end I swapped it for the Fiat Panda 4x4 that I have. But part of that deal was that I had to get this through the MOT and drivable, and that just happened. I went to the MOT last week. It went through with no issues at all, which is rare for me. So I'm proud about that. And it's ready to go now. And as mentioned, this is not a completely perfectly restored 2CV. It got some issues still, but it's in very good condition. It drives very well. I have experienced more powerful 2CV engines than this one, but it looks to be the original barrels and pistons on there, so that makes sense. It's just been taken apart and changed, and all the gaskets has been changed and so on. But it's nice to be back in a 2CV, even if it's just for a day or so. Driving a 2CV is very enjoyable, and it's very... It could be because I have driven so many of them, but it's very... It's quite intuitive to drive. Everything is quite easy to... I think everything is quite easy to do. It's easy to drive. The gears, although different, are very, very intuitive to use. And of course, there's not a lot of buttons to press. It doesn't got a lot of special features, but still, it got the roof that could be taken off if you want, or just opened a little bit. It's a very, very enjoyable car. I think it's time to have the roof open for a bit. It's nice weather for once. I gotta admit, taking this test drive today was probably not a great idea, because it makes it slightly hard to accept that it's not mine anymore. It's going away, maybe later today, which of course is a bit of a shame, but on the other hand, that Panda 4x4, that's gonna be a lot of fun. And I'm sure that I'm gonna find another 2CV at one point. And also, this is gonna sound a little bit weird, I think this 2CV is a bit too nice for me. It's rust free. That would make it hard to use it. I really like using cars all year round. Of course, some of them I do try to keep out of salt and so on, but a 2CV I would like to be able to use all year round. That means that it's not going to be a perfect one. It should probably be a galvanized frame one or chassis one. This is the original chassis that has been fixed, and this really deserves to be used as a summer car only for nice weather like today. So this concludes the series on the 2CV. It's been a ride for sure. I started by picking it up, getting it to run. It was not running when I got it. Then I drove it straight into my wall. Not on purpose, but I did. This is probably the most nice looking car that I have had for many, many years. So it stung a bit when I hit the side of my garage. And then honestly, I think this was 95% done when I bought it from the previous owner. But those last 5% has taken so long, because a lot of the stuff was just in a box, you know, a cardboard box with a lot of parts. I had to figure out what goes where. And I think I got most of it right. There's probably still some small stuff that is not fitted right, or not fitted at all, I'm not sure. But all the important stuff is done. I had to do a lot of work to the brakes. They were not really working right, and a lot of stuff to the engine also to get it to run right. So thank you guys for watching. You can see the entire playlist on this car down below. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.